just want to mention the setup. All I did was change the steering pinion. I changed it to a 2.87, so that's just a preference. You're welcome to do whatever you want with the setup. I did not change it though. Now this is going to be my turn 3 and 4 coming to my lap. My lap was ran on the second qualifying lap. I'm going to keep it in 5th gear, lifting really early, getting off the gas completely really early, and then right back on it. Trying to keep the car full throttle now all the way through the corner. Trying to build as much speed as possible so by the time we get to the start finish line, we're going as fast as we possibly can. You can use this black box for reference here. I was going about 178 when I went past it. Picked up 178 just before that black box, so if you want to compare yourself, trying to keep as much speed as possible. We're going to have the wheels straight, trying to maintain our speed. Then we're going to late apex to the start finish line. Trying to cut down on the apron, and then try to apex like just past the start finish line, because this apron here is curved. Just gonna follow the curving, get as close as possible. You see I even went on the grass a little bit here, which does not matter. You can put pretty much a half tire on that on the grass without getting it off track. Now right when the apron stops curving and turns into a straight line is when I get off the apron. And I'm aiming to be by the wall in front of this black box. It's about right here is when I'm aligned with the wall. Just before that black box. Right up next to it, not smacking it, but right up next to it, you can kind of see there, go here. Right up next to it. And you see as soon as I get up there, I'm turning in. Watch my throttle. As soon as I get up there, I'm turning into the corner and letting off the throttle. I match that with a black box here. I get off the throttle as soon as I get to the black box. We're gonna run the high line, and we're gonna keep it in 5th gear. When I get back on the throttle, I get back on just past the stash here. So go just past it, then I'm barely back on it. About 20% there, and then I push it up to 50, 20%, and then 50, and then I get to this dash and I'm still 50, so you gotta be really patient. Once I get past that dash, then I'm able to go 100. So I even wait a long time past that, so still half, 100. See, half, 100. And I go 100 when I see the car turn down, like right there. Car turn down. You kind of get a feel for it eventually with enough practice, but you can really tell once you see it. You see that turn down right there. Might be hard to view for some, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it. That's when I pick up full throttle. If I were to go full throttle sooner, it would just kill my exit, because I'd have to put a lot more wheel into it. And the more wheel I have in it, so the slower you're going to be on exit. So now that I'm full throttle, I'm just going to ride out full throttle. Just riding out full throttle, and I'm turning down the track. See, I'm above the seam here, aligned with the dash. I'm turning down under the seam for my exit. Trying to get the wheel straight as soon as possible, so we straighten out the wheel there. And you can use this extra part of wall that it gives you. See, the wall kind of comes out here and turns into this more flat and straight wall. So we're kind of using that extra little bit of wall that it gave us. Coming down to 3, we're still keeping it in 5th. We're going to let off just where this dash is, just before that dash. Making sure we're completely off throttle by the time we get to the dash. And then we're going to go back up to it pretty soon. We're going to pick it up at half, maybe like 40%, a little bit less than half. And then after we picked up the throttle, then we can go full throttle. It's kind of less subtle here, less subtle of a turn down, but you can really see with the bump. Once the car bounces there, kind of a bounce, then we get back in the gas, we go full throttle. And again, we're going to keep it just above the seam on this kind of dash here. And once we're full, we're going to ride out the corner aligned with the dash. And now that we're getting close to the exit, we're going to turn down. See how I subtly turn down. See, I'm above the seam, and then I turn down underneath the seam to make the exit. Because if I didn't, I would have to either lift or I would hit the wall. So I got to turn down to make the exit. This also helps to keep the exit straighter, which allows my speed on the straightaway to be quicker. Now that we're off the corner, we're going to turn right back down and get on the apron. We're going to cut the track as short as possible. So we're just going to ride that apron there. Just wrap the apron. Get her out of it early and just wrap it. That should get you a 30.746.